Hey everybody, welcome back. Yes, we are still alive. I know it's been almost a year since we've uploaded any videos, but hopefully we've settled in a little bit. It's been extremely busy for Nicole and I over the past year and a half, and we've had to put the YouTube stuff aside. But we are back, and today we're going to do a quick video on oil changes for the LT160. So with that said, let's get right into it. I'm going to go over the tools needed real quick. So we have a K&N KN132 oil filter. We have a 3/8 ratchet, an extension swivel. I am probably going to use the adapter for the impact. We're going to need a 12 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, and I believe 17 millimeter for the oil plug. And then the typical, whatever your oil flavor of choice is going to be, drain pan, and then funnel. Alright, oil plug's located in the front of the motor on the bottom. And for this, we are going to use the extension and the 17 mil. I did forget to mention that you want to run the bike and warm up the engine before you drop the oil. That way you get a more complete drain. Ooh. And I knew I was going to do that. Next, you want to pull the bolts for the oil filter. You're going to have these three, which are 10 mils, and then this one last, which is going to be a 12 millimeter. Apparently on this one you don't have to pull the 12 out. You will leak oil out of here, so make sure your pan's sitting underneath it. And it looks like there's a rubber gasket. I don't know if the K&N comes with that rubber gasket or not. This one appears to be in pretty good shape though. And the K&N does not come with that rubber gasket. I would definitely inspect it and make sure that there's no breaks or degradation, which I will do here in just a second. We're going to let this drain out, and then you're just going to pull your filter out. And this one was pretty bad. Okay, so we want to put this end in first with the hole. And you want to line it up onto the one that's in there. just want to check and make sure that there's no debris or anything that's going to cause a leak. Apparently this has a specific pattern that it has to go back at. That's the magic one right there. Now, I'm sure somewhere in the manual you're going to find torque measurements for this, but I've changed enough oil in my life to know that it needs to be snugged. There is a manual available for download in the first video that we posted on the LT160. Feel free to watch that video and grab a copy of it. It's actually for several models. And when we put these back on, we don't want to use the impact because you have no idea how much torque you're putting on it. You just kind of want to evenly go across them. Just snug them up. You don't have to tighten them real tight. You'll know if you have a leak. You'll see it. And I'm gonna put the plug back in. Easiest way that I've found to do this is because you've got a guard underneath here, you're not going to be able to reach up underneath there and do it. You're going to have to spill a little bit. And be very careful when you're putting this back in. You don't want to cross thread it. You cross thread this and it's going to be a nightmare of a time. If it doesn't go in easy, then something's not right. Don't force it. The minute you force that, you're going to cross thread it, and you're going to have to drill it out and find a different size bolt to put in there. And then it may not seal correctly again. And then I kind of just go through and wipe down as much as I can. For those of you that have been watching the series, you'll notice that we made a huge jump and there's some video missing. Between moving twice since the last time that we posted the video, not sure where I left off before I dropped the phone there. But anyways, for those of you that have been watching the series, you'll notice that there was a giant jump here, and all of a sudden the bike is back together and a little bit dirty at this point. I'm gonna do my best. We lost a bunch of video, and there's no doubt about it. I have looked up and down. I've literally spent the past week going through old hard drives, and we definitely lost most of the progress on the bike. And as soon as I get this oil change done, we'll pull away and go over the details of what we did and where we are right now with the bike. Okay, once you're snugged up, everything's back on and tight. Suzuki obviously has put 1500 milliliters on here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on the window here. And you can see that there's 2 bars. These are your safety lines. So as long as your oil is in between here when the motor's off, you're in safe range. Because I'm thinking that more than 1,500 milliliters came out of it. So I'm going to just keep an eye on it. See where our measurement is. Almost 2 quarts. So I don't know how many milliliters are in a quart, but I'm sure maybe somebody in the comments will tell me. Okay, and oil goes back in right here. It's pretty obvious. Calls for 1040. I usually put 1540 in. I'm in Florida. And honestly, the only 4-wheelers that I run high quality oil in are going to be my Honda and any high performance engines that I have. The rest of the bikes I've always used like Rotella or just an off-brand heavyweight motor oil, and I've never had any issues. Now, with that being said, I change oil religiously. So, I mean, I'm sure that that's a big part of it. Okay, we're getting there. And I'm going to leave it right there for now, and then we're going to give it a quick start. And see if the oil level is going to change at all. Sit and wait for a few seconds and see how much it comes back up. And we're going to go ahead and add some more in there. And I've got a feeling that this engine was overfilled last time with oil. Give a little more. And that should put us right about at the tippy top. So no, this is definitely not the end. I was able to find some bits and pieces of the progress that we made on the bike, and we're currently working on a small montage to bring everybody back up to speed. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching.